Okay, we are back. Let's see. Okay. Okay, sweet. So today we are going to continue with some of the animations I want to modify for the jetpack. Okay, I'm just gonna get a drink and continue with this. Be right back. Okay, perfect. So we're gonna look for the animations. For the animations right here.
Ay, yo pensando que estaba siendo súper responsable, guardando todas mis bolsitas, pero no, me superó la situación. Y es más, fue mi mamá la que primero la que me tuvo que abrir anoche. Y vaya, pues ya la que nos encontraba ahora en la mañana ahí en el carro de Paul, porque la fue a dejar al trabajo. Y así como, ¿qué es esto? usted disculpe. Si me molestara ya se lo habría hecho saber, probablemente. Pero no sé, no sé. Lo disfruto. Bueno, si me dejó bien magullada, la verdad. Me dice que le están gustando los quequitos. Ahí ya por lo menos los tiene bajo su control. Ahí usted los distribuye como usted lo vea más aceptable. Y él sí me tiene que dar el reporte de la tata chilena.
Qué buena nota. Muchas gracias, de fijo, Ligo, ¿cómo me va con eso? Sweet. Okay, so we want to modify a swimming animation. Blend shape jetpack. Okay, and this blend shape jetpack is created from 4 different animations. Hey, how's it going, Cesar? Yeah, yesterday I went to a Korean barbecue and had a couple of beers, so woke up way later today. So and let's see how it goes. Nice. I got a response from Weber, and he's like, oh, that's very nice. I do wanna get some. I do wanna get some stuff going, but I would love to see a little later, for sure. So yeah, I got a response from Weber, and he says that everything's working as intended. So basically, I tested the latest project files that he sent me, and I packaged it, and it worked, and it also plays from standalone. It just takes like a minute to load for some reason. So then I created a new map, and that map does not load. So the problem is loading new maps. I pinpointed the issue. I pinpointed the problem, and I sent that to him, and let's see if we get a response. Like, loading new maps does not work. That's the problem. So I was like, okay. That's the thing. Very happy. To realize that. So yeah, we should be getting a fix this week. Should be getting a fix, but no problem. There's a lot of other stuff I can work on for now. And I will definitely love to see your tutorial system for sure, but I wanna see if I can push a little bit today. I need to have some sense of progression, some sense of progress, because it's been a couple of days. Yeah, it's been a couple of days without progress, so I need that to keep myself motivated. So let's see how it goes. All right, we are set. All right, so this blend space, it's using 4 different animations. So swimming forward, backward, left, and right. So here's where the leg animations come from. So I'm gonna make a new folder and call it Jetpack Anim for now. We're gonna push the blend shape jetpack there. And we are going to get swimming back, left, right. Swimming left, left and right, and we're gonna make a copy. Then we're gonna make a copy of swimming forward and back, swimming double check. Swimming forward and swimming back. We're gonna make a copy of that. All right. And we're gonna rename this Jetpack. Jetpack back, jetpack forward, jetpack left, jetpack right, and we're gonna modify those. And we're gonna add them here. So let's do that first. Jetpack forward, oh, we can just replace the animation. That's even better. So here we're gonna go forward, okay, then we're gonna wait. Oh, be careful, that's left. Left, jetpack forward, jetpack right, jetpack back. Jetpack idle. Okay, we have that. Okay, it's the same thing. Now we're gonna modify them. In the animation blueprint, we have this character swim side, character axis. I believe this does not have anything to do. The blend shape, not blend shape, blend space is happening here. So that's good. Now we can actually modify these animations. Get a nicer jetpack. Yeah, definitely. I would love to see it for sure. Again, I'm just trying to get some progress. I really need some progress. It's been a couple of days of just
Me pasa la cuenta de las sábanas nuevas. Me dice cuáles van a ser los planes del fin de semana. Yo nada más voy. Sacarlo, me tapa los ojos y nos vamos.
Sí, estaba pensando en eso también. Voy a meditarlo, la verdad. Es que sinceramente yo creo que sí deberíamos de ir a la playa. Yo siento que sería el mejor plancito. Nada más tenemos que calcular bien cuándo ir y cuándo volver para no topar con mucha presa. Pero sí, esa sería la fe, la verdad. Yo creo que sería mucho más nice. Y las semanas las podríamos dejar para otra ocasión, que es un plan más cómodo ir a pasar el día. Pero sí, ¿cómo se llama? Sí, básicamente es de montarse y ir nada más ahí a la playa. Ya todo está seteado, entonces creo que esa es la que vive. Y sí, con lo de las telas. Hay que ver. De hecho que sí, voy a ver cómo está la cosa ahí. Pues tengo que poner desde que la bala se haga una mancha permanente. Alright, so let's see. Yep, we have the same. This doesn't seem to blend much between the different sides of animation. So in the center we have jetpack idle. Jetpack idle. There you go. Also, let's push that one there. This jetpack idle. I'm starting to believe that we only need to modify this jetpack idle. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's the one. Where we're getting the movement from. Let me see if I remember how we did it. Edit in sequencer? No, we don't want to edit in sequencer. key right there. Add bone transform to additive layer tracks. Okay, so I think that's how we did it. Okay, I believe that the pelvis is way too twisted. So first thing we're gonna do is try to fix that. I'm gonna copy the location here. Copy that and reset to 0. Or try to put straight. I'm gonna try to put it straight. Double check if we have that saved. Oh, holy crap, okay. Make sure that I'm on 0. Paste. Oh fuck, okay. Okay, this is how it was before. Wanna put it straight a little bit more and just key. And see if we get the pelvis to be a little bit more straight. Because oh, great. Yeah, we fixed the pelvis. Yeah, the pelvis is now not breaking. Nice. So now let's fix the rest. So legs. So we're gonna go into. This is so cool. I haven't worked animation in so long. Okay, here we need to be careful to move it on the right axis. Object orientation, let's push that a little bit lower. Before committing to this change, let's see. It is moving too much. I don't get to see the keyframes here. It's a little bit different. Like this way of like modifying the animation, but just a little bit and see how it plays, just to make sure that we are not breaking anything too much. This one I want it to be a little straight, more straight like that. And then we will see if we can get that swimming movement a little bit off. Okay, still moving too much. Oof, a little, yeah, too much. We need to figure out how to do that. So let's commit to this. We can always use the go back to the swimming animation and go from there. So we have always a way to go back, but let's see how that goes. Oh. Yeah. It's moving too much, but I do like how things are placed. Is there a way to kind of like see the keyframes here? If I look for this bone, we only have a curve, and we can edit the curve. Okay. Let me see if I understand this. So translation, we are not gonna do with translation. It's just gonna be rotation. But I don't see any modification on the curvature. There needs to be some kind of change in here. Is it this just an additive layer that I'm doing on top of the real animation? I believe this is just an additive layer. This is gonna be cleaned to actually edit this thing. I believe we need to actually edit in sequencer with FK control rig, or with a control rig actually baked to the mani body, which we do have in this case. Should we try that? We also can reduce keys. Let's try it and see what happens. So this happens in the center of the level. We need to go back to 0, and also we need to set the lighting a little bit more shiny, more, so we can actually see what's happening. Let's go back to 0, which is around somewhere here. Let me also get this building hidden, and let's see if we can find where the mani is. There you go, it's back on 0. It's back on 0 somewhere. There you go, there is our mannequin. Beautiful, now we can see what's going on. Okay, so here we do have keyframes, so here we can actually modify the original thing. So what we were doing from the animation sequence itself was just adding an additive layer, which is super cool stuff. But here I want to modify the animation itself.
Por lo menos póngalas en remojo ahí para que no se le terminen de manchar. Era que la mujer era pura. Y perfecto. Te manda. Y sí, yo estoy apuntada a una escapadita a la playa, la verdad. Y nada más ahí para saber y acomodarme con tiempito.
Sí, claro. Hoy mismo le aviso. Nada más voy a planear bien todas las cosas y ver qué. Pero sinceramente, como le digo, o sea, ahí está el aparta. Es como de montarse al carro e ir. No hay como que reservar nada, no hay que planear nada. Lo único que me preocupa, como le digo, la presa y la reparación del puente, que es algo que está fuera de nuestras manos realmente. Pero voy a estar viendo Waze, a ver cuáles son las mejores horas, a ver cómo estamos, a ver qué está marcando el Waze y ver qué son las mejores horas. Como le dije, de ida me fue súper bien, pero de vuelta fue terrible, entonces vamos a ver qué. Alright, so what we want to modify is the legs, right? So let's go thigh and let's look for the bone right here, and we're gonna play with rotation. Here's where the animation happens. Oh, it actually has a location keyframe. What the hell? Usually, oh, it's all 0. Okay, yeah. Usually when you animate characters, you only animate rotation, unless you have some mechanical stuff that actually translates in location. So here we have this rotation. So we are doing the left leg, right? So we are doing this leg right here. Okay. In this case, I bet the easiest way to deal with this might be just get rid of all the keyframes and make our own. Boop. The question is, oh, that's location. Okay, oops. But anyways, so we want to get rid of rotation. So let's get rid of rotation, and it's not gonna move. It's oh, okay. Okay. What's going on here? This one is not moving the character. Okay, we did this with the control rig. That might be messing things up. Oh, okay. So, yep. Let's go back. So, when we are using a control rig, we are not going to animate the bone itself. We're going to animate the control. Okay, so this is a little bit different from what I did before in Unreal. So we are actually going to look for the control. I want to see if I can find the control that is responsible for moving that. In this case, is it IK that is moving the thing? Seems like it. Okay. let's see what's going on with this. Can I find that? Why do we have two ultra dynamic? Weather and sky. Okay, weather and sky. I'm gonna just push them down so they don't interfere right here, so we have a cleaner thing to work with. So what I want to find is this food IK control. So let me just test this. What if we go here and delete those keyframes? There you go, it's not moving anymore. It's on 0. Alright, so the control rig is working and it baked all that animation to a single IK control, which is awesome. So let's delete that rotation, set it to 0. Now we are back on 0. The vertex pole vector, it's called, this thing that moves the knees. Yep, let's also reset it to 0. After deleting all its keyframes and reset to 0, we should be able to get this thing to 0. This is cool, I can't wait to make some cool animations. Alright, this is very cool. So I think we just save and save. We go back to selection mode, and now our character should not move the legs anymore. Let's test that. Can't wait to do. Hey, how's it going, Storm? Good morning. Today's adventure is to work a little bit on the jetpack animation, which I'm super excited about. I haven't done animation in a long time. So now I'm trying to get the legs, there you go, to go steady like that. Perfect. Now the legs are steady, we're gonna animate them. As long as I understand, we can modify animation in two different ways, right? We can add additive layers here, and we can actually modify the animation itself with the control rig, or basically baking FK controls. But since we have a control rig, let's use that. So here I have this twisted thing, and I'm going to try to push it back to what it was. So we are not gonna use additive layers, we're gonna modify the actual animation itself. And I also got a response from Weber. It seems like the unmodified latest version of the template is packaging, is plain from standalone. It just takes like a minute to load, but it's not playing new maps. The problem itself comes from adding a new map to the template. So I pinpointed the issue and I sent that to Weber. Hopefully we will get a solution soon. I fixed the pelvis. Now the pelvis is looking nice. What I'm trying to do now is to I shouldn't be doing this on an additive layer. I should be only working on the other one. Actually, Is there a way to reset this? Because I don't want any additive animation for now. But this is very cool. Like, this is very cool. I can't wait to get some cool like kill combos and like custom animation. I've never done too much. I haven't done too much animation. There you go. Now it's standing beautifully. I've never on the pelvis. I also fixed the pelvis. Now she's not like breaking her pelvis anymore. Now let's add some animation to it, and let's make it like a jetpack. So here is the mani that I'm going to be using, and we can beautifully just open up the sequencer, go to animation. We can get this IK control for the leg, and here we can go to 0, can add a keyframe. I'm gonna make something very, very simple. A little bit of movement, like that, and then we're gonna loop it again back to 0, right there. Gonna loop it back to 0, right there. Okay, this one I want to be right there. So this is very cool. Also, when the legs go up, we want them to be like, we want them push this down like this, so it's floating. We are an auto key, perfect. So it goes like that, and then it goes back to 0. So here we can do it like this. No, actually we need to stay down. The less keys we add, the better. The more clean this is gonna be. So the same here, we're gonna just move it a little bit. Haven't done animation in a while, but I definitely want to get into animation. Such a cool thing. So this is gonna be the flying thing, right? So should we start already with the ankles down? Because if this is gonna loop, she's gonna put her ankles back up, and that's gonna be very strange. So I believe we should probably start with the ankles down. I think so. Okay, then for the pole vector, I think we can probably push the knees out a little bit for a more natural pose. Right, let's just save it. This is absolutely crazy, to be honest. Like, being able to do this inside Unreal, without going to any other software. Poof, wow. But yeah, Unreal, it's some crazy stuff. This is very, very exciting. So yeah, I did some tests with the metahumans and I decided not to use them. It's just a lot of work. And to get the animations looking right on a metahuman adds a lot. Oh my god, look at that. Oh, look at that. That's way nicer. We're getting some intersection, but oh, I like that. It feels way, way nicer. We're gonna put the knees up a little bit. And double check the animation. Okay, we have some blending, some again some stuff that I messed up, but it's okay. We can actually look that okay, so I'm going to push the legs up a little bit, the feet up a little bit, maybe like that a little bit. And actually we could probably make them fall a little bit more for a more natural pose. Something like that. It needs to be falling down like this. This also needs to be down like gravity. Just looking down. Also this one. And it's going back up. Nope, we need to keep it down like this one. Why is this sequencer here? Let's hide that. Okay, now let's keep that a little bit. Yep, it's going down again. We don't want two keyframes too close to each other. Alright, that's very cool. Let's save. Let's push. That looks a little better. Now we need to check it here. How is this playing? I see. Okay, we have an issue where it's touching this, and I believe that's coming from here. I see. Okay, so here we are just adding additive layers. Okay, I see. Yeah, I'm trying to get the jetpack to work a little bit better. So we are having an issue with the feet. So foot starts up. We don't want it to start up. We want it to start down. Let's ignore the pelvis up. We are not gonna use that. I'm still getting some weird movement on this leg. And I cannot really see. What I've done here. Kind of hard to visualize these additive layers. But it's okay, we are just learning about what's the best workflow for this. And I believe the additive layers, we should not mess them up until we have a good keyframe animation. Hey, how's it going? Yes, I'm working on a horror survival exploration game. Now I'm working on the jetpack animations for the character. These come from a swimming animation, so I'm trying to like reuse the swimming animation and see if we can actually make it into a jetpack animation. So here I want to test how that looks. Knees down, ankles down. That feels way nicer. That leg is tweaking a little bit. It's tweaking a little bit, but it's okay. We can probably go back and I see some tweaking. Okay, yep. So sometimes when it comes to animation, the best thing to do is start over. Because I messed up. I added some. I started doing it with additive layers. I'm working on a sci-fi themed MMORPG in Unity. Oh, that's awesome. Creating a laboratory right now. That's awesome, Sherry. You're making a new environment every day. So yeah, let's follow my professor's advice and let's start clean. What we're gonna do is look for the swimming idol. We're gonna make a copy of that animation and we're gonna push that into the jetpack animations. Then we're gonna call this jetpack idle 1. And we're gonna work from there. The same way we are doing this. So let's not do any additive layers. Let's work on the keyframe animation first. So this one, let's close it. And what we're gonna do is open the swimming the jetpack idle 1, which is the clean animation. We are not gonna touch anything here. And what we're gonna do is editing sequencer, bake to control rig, right there. We're gonna reduce keys, reset controls, just leave it there. Okay. Now we can start from scratch and we know exactly what we want to do here. So first thing, let's open the sequencer. Then, first thing first, let's find the pelvis. Let's see which are body control. I believe that's gonna move everything. Let's, there you go. So let's push this body control. We are gonna clean those keyframes. We're gonna push it up straight like that. We're gonna save. And then we are going to go to my blend space, and we're gonna replace this idle animation with the new idle, which is gonna be number 1. Okay, idle number 1. Okay, cool. So before doing any changes, I just want to double check that we are actually playing this on the jetpack. Is there any reason why I'm making this kind of game? It's a good question. I don't know. I like sci-fi stuff. I like the Forever Winter a lot, and I always wanted to make something multiplayer. So I found like a very nice template called the RPG Engine, and I'm kind of like building on top of it. But yeah, I don't know. Like I like weird creatures, aliens, insects, stuff like that, and I like making environments. So yeah, this actually started as a project just for me to learn how to make like big environments and optimize them, and then it turned out into like a whole project. Yeah, I don't really know how much of a like a horror game this will be, and how much of a like an actual RPG it's gonna be, but yeah, just want to make a cool game that where you can like go and shoot stuff and like learn a little bit about the world and stuff like that. Yeah, I've been learning a lot about optimization. That's something that really interests me a lot. So yeah, we got something going. Now the pelvis is looking great. Let's get those legs to stop swimming. All right. Here we are blending two different animations. We are using an idle from pelvis up, spine 1 up. And for the legs, we are using this animation. So we're only gonna focus on the legs for this. So let's go and see what can we do about this. So let's go into animation. And here we're gonna do the same trick. We're gonna go to sequencer, and we're gonna, this is all based on IK. So we only need to move this control and the pole vectors for the knees. So here, we're gonna delete all of that. Boop. And we're gonna set it back to 0. Rotation location. Boop, boop. Then we're gonna keyframe on 0. Keyframe, keyframe, keyframe. Where's the keyframe? right here. Boop. So we're gonna keyframe to 0, and then we're gonna do the same with this other one, 0, 0. Delete all the keyframes. Keyframe right there. Okay. Also, we're gonna do the same with the pole vector. Delete all stuff, push to 0, keyframe, and go back to 0. Boop. Nice. Sweet. Yeah, I really like making environments. I really like the whole interaction with the environment and stuff. I wanna see how can I bring that into this project, like having acid rain, dust storms, fog, toxic areas where you need to wear like a gas mask and stuff like that. I really like that stuff. So okay, so we brought everything to 0, right? So this is, it's supposed, now if we actually go to selection mode, we should be able to basically have our legs totally still. We should not be able to get any animation from this. Yeah, this is very exciting because like if I really get good at this thing, I will be able to like create like killer combos and like very cool stuff. There you go. So it's perfectly still. Nice. Our upper body is going into idle animation, which we are also gonna modify. Yeah, environments are the best. Environments are such a cool thing. Sorry, I'm responding to a friend from Arcadia University. He's a friend that I met years ago, and he got back in contact with me, so it is very exciting. He's asking me if he can actually join the vertical stream, and I'm like, yeah, you should join the vertical. Can I send him a link of this stuff? Let me see. Yeah, it's a little confusing sometimes. To find, oh, there you go, I found it. Let me check. There's, yeah, environments, they're so nice. Okay, cool, so we got the legs to be still. I like that a lot. Let's continue. What we're gonna do here is now get a little bit of movement and get those ankles to go down. So let me see if I remember. I took a couple of character animation classes. I did not took them too seriously, which is a shame. But I think I can remember some stuff. Yeah, Yeah, making environments is a lot about the illusion of this of the space. Like World of Warcraft is a great example for this. You see, the world is huge, but what you actually get is just a lot of empty spaces, right? So you have like a huge landscape like this, but a lot of this landscape is just going to be mountains. Like the player could actually go in here and walk in there, right? But the playable areas are going to be way smaller. You're gonna have a little bit of here, a little bit there, a little bit here. The points of interest are going to be way smaller, but the illusion of like a big piece of land makes everything feel way bigger. Then you have non-playable areas that are just vistas, basically 2D images in the far away. So you give the illusion of like, oh, you're in a huge environment. Like for example, Warhammer 40k does this very well, where the playable area is tiny, but you get to see very far away, and it just looks so beautiful. And it really makes the whole thing feel way bigger than it actually is. I love that stuff. It's like your old kind of like theater kind of technique where they do some background painting and the actors are acting in a tiny little room, but you can see something behind them and it makes it feel like it's way bigger. That's a very cool technique. Alright, so let's get this animation going and see what happens. So let's go back to animation. And so bones are made of chains. So in this case we're using IK. So we're gonna only do IK. We're gonna only modify one single control, which is gonna allow me to move this whole leg. So let me think about this. We're making a loop, right? So this is very important. We want this to start here, frame 0. We need to push it down, and then we want to push it up. We want to make it a little bit more natural, like this, something like that. Then we can push it like that. I think we are in auto keyframe mode. Quadruple A means having a the biggest open world ever with less percent, with 90% just water. Yeah, let's make a pirate game. Yeah, terrains are so cool. I like to watch this YouTuber who like looks at Google Maps and then he goes to those destinations and what's geology? That's the word. Like the shapes of the stones, and it is like people don't really pay attention to it, but like planet Earth has some crazy alien looking structures. It is very interesting, like to see all these remote areas that like people don't really go to. Okay, let's open up a little bit the knees, make it feel a little bit more natural. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna try those. Be careful with what you touch. You just make sure that you're actually modifying the right thing, because if not, you will make a mess. Yep, there you go. Just steady pose. Let's start with a steady pose, which is called a oh my god, I totally forgot. You have your main poses, and then you have your in betweens, right? So these are the key poses, I think it's called. So if you get the key poses right, everything else will fall into place. Let's get those key poses right. This is usually what you see in comics and manga, the key poses, poof, that really define the action, and then the in-betweens make everything feel right. All right, that's nice. Just that makes everything super way nicer. Yep. Now we're gonna add a little bit of movement to it, and the legs are gonna feel way better. Then we can work a little bit on the idle animation, because we have the chest twisted, and that feels very strange. We don't want that. We want the chest to be straight, and it has like some weird. It's a very short loop, maybe. That's why it looks strange. But let's get the legs fixed. Okay, let's give a little bit more life to it. I'm gonna make the bare minimum. The bare minimum. We need to get those key poses right, and it's also very like idle like animation, so we need to really keep it clean. The less we add, the more natural it's gonna look. Animation, it's tough. It is tough. That's probably why it's probably the best paid job in 3D, in the 3D space. It is tough stuff. Yeah, animation is not easy for sure, but it is very gratifying when you get something to look nice. It's like, oh my god, that's crazy. Yeah, I graduated from I'm a 3D generalist, and we got like some crazy good animators from my school who went to work at Disney, who went and worked at big studios in Canada and the United States, and our school is very proud of them, and it's crazy. Like when you see their work, it's like, poof, that's insane. Like they brought like a character to life, like, and all the understanding of human anatomy, and like there's so much that goes into it. It is very cool, very cool. So yeah, I would love to get a little bit more into it. I mean, I actually went to school to become a 3D animator, but I ended up getting into Unreal and making environments, and that's what I ended up doing. All right, so let's push this a little bit up. Then a little bit down. Then we're gonna just copy this last keyframe and set it to the last. That's not the last, to the end. This is not the end is actually 90. Okay, that's strange. Paste. Okay. Right there, paste. Okay. So we should be able to see this looping. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, environments are so cool. But everything is part of it. Everything just makes the magic happen. You need to like get the whole picture. 1, 2, up, down, stays down. So here we might need to add another keyframe so it looks a little bit more alive. Okay. Stays down, goes up, goes down, goes up. So we have 90. So 0, 30, 60, and does not go up again. Starts down, up, down, stays down. So we need to add another keyframe that goes up and center them properly. So here we need to find that spacing. 1, 2, 3. So what if we try 15, 45, 75, 70. Again, doesn't need to be exactly the same. Let's just find like a middle ground. Yeah. So it goes up and down and up and down. Okay, that's a little bit too fast, I will say. Okay, let's see how it feels in the actual character. Again, I'm not trying to get this final, just trying to make it feel better. Yeah, the visual language it's so cool, so cool. You know, movies like Wall-E where there's no dialogue and you can tell a story just by the visuals. That's insane. Like I mean, anybody without knowing the English language will be able to see it and like understand what's happening. That's very cool. What are you trying to do? Create an animation of some sequence or cinematic? I'm just trying to modify the jetpack animations. So we are modifying the legs using the control rig for the character, for the UEFN mannequin. So I'm just trying to make some quick basic animation so it looks a little bit nicer. Actually, I'm very excited about doing some animation. I'm working with the GASP thing, the GASP animation sample. This is very excited. I appreciate all the help that Storm, you know, all the help that Storm gave me with this stuff, because very excited about this. 1, 2, 3 down. Okay, so the animation, it moves a lot. We want it to move a little bit less. So what we're gonna do is find a common ground between what we had. So it goes up, then goes down. We don't want it to go so much down. Up, down a little bit. Let's take the snapping off. Yeah, I don't want to snap on animation, so go up, down, go up again, that's too much. Then down again. Okay, so down, up, back down. This up might be too high. Okay, let's see how that goes. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Again, feels too fast. Up. So up. This goes down, up, down. Just a little movement like that. That's good. I like that. Just so it feels like the character is actually alive. It's like okay, he is moving. He's not a solid piece of rock. Hey Gabriel. Nice. Yeah, I can see your comments now. That's awesome. So yeah, right now I'm working on a jetpack for my character. So I'm working on the animations of the character. So when the character flies, I want the legs to have a little movement, and that's probably too little. I cannot really see it. So we are working on the leg animation, and then we're gonna work on the upper body animation. And that's too little, actually. I think I messed up. Doesn't really show, it doesn't really feel like it's moving. So we're gonna go and try to make it a little bit bigger. A little bit more exaggerated. So up, down, and up again. Then go down again. So here's where I modified the animation, and here's where I can test my animation on the character itself. And let's see if it actually moves a little bit more or not. So when we go into jetpack, yep, the leg moves just a tiny little bit. We could probably make it a little bit more, but let's leave it like that for now and do the other leg. The other leg is gonna be this one. Sequencer. So let's see if we can actually copy a little bit here. One. Somewhere here we go back up. Then we go back down. Then we go back up. Then we go back down to the first frame because it's gonna be a loop. So let's copy, go to last frame, which is 90, paste. In this case, we just want to go Ctrl V. And let's try to, we have 90 frames, so let's go 45 for the middle, and let's find the middle ground here. Just eyeball it. Doesn't need to be exactly there. And we're gonna check the animation. Yeah, now with both legs, it should give us a better feeling of that inner movement. Again, this is just me testing a little bit to see what's the best way to modify these animations and just see if we can get a better movement. Then we can go in there and polish it. You see, now we get that animation. It's happening at the same time, which looks a little bit strange. We want to offset that to be asymmetrical. And then we can work on the upper body. The upper body has some stuff I really want to fix. But yeah, it's working nicely. Can always polish. Also, it's good to look at some reference. Absolutely, look at some reference. It's pretty symmetrical. Let's try to break that symmetry a little bit by just offsetting the keyframes a little bit. That makes it feel a little bit more natural. We could probably offset a little bit more. It's funny that it feels so symmetrical when I actually did the two animations separate. So yeah, that's a good start for now. It's better than the swimming animation that we had, that was like too fluid and was moving too much. So that's awesome. Now we can actually go and try to get the upper body. That's nice. That's nice. I really wanted to modify this animation. So what we got here? Yep, now let's get the upper body. Want to see the transition when landing? It would be awesome to have some kind of like landing animation. Still very symmetrical, kind of funny. So it's okay. Let's continue with the other animation. For the other animation, I need to figure out what are we using for the other animation. The other animation, it's coming from an idle animation that it's a cached pose. The other animation, let me see if I can figure out. Where are we getting the other? Yeah, I would love a landing animation. That would be awesome. That will be definitely add that will add a lot more realism to it. I'm not really sure where is my other animation and if we can modify it, because it might come from the idol itself of the character. I believe it comes from this one. I might need to ask Storm if we can actually make a copy of it and modify it. Yeah, I wanna see uh, if I can ask. Let me read your messages on my other PC. Awesome, you got it. Sweet. Okay, let me ask. Um, yeah, he's such a nice guy. I mean, without Storm, I wouldn't be able to figure this out. He has been helping me so much with this whole jetpack stuff and a lot of other things in the project. Um, I want to see where can we do that, because this comes from a very complex system called GASP for the character animation, and I mean it is deep. It goes very deep, so I need to be careful not to modify anything without making sure that I'm not gonna mess anything up. Like idle pistol rifle, the way did it things currently way it needs to be retained to allow weapon. The other way is to make a whole anim state for gas. Oh, I see. That's what I thought. Yeah, it's gonna be way more complex. Yeah, let's leave this one for another day. This one is gonna be way more complex. Way nicer now. Yeah, I got the legs looking way better now. Yeah, this one is gonna be way more complex. We need to kind of like, because we are kind of like combining the jetpack with the current system that we have for basically this kind of like idle, and then the gun animation and everything is linked to it. So we will need to like recreate that, so we can get that going. Which is something I really want to learn how to do, but it's way more complex. So for now, it's okay. We can leave that for later. on the event on land and play anime montage blend out back to the main anime. Oh, that's super awesome. Yeah, it will be nice to ask Weber and see what is the best way to do it. Maybe a character state, maybe with a character state, or I think it's character state, yeah. I'm going to continue with something else. The latest version working with my map. Yeah, I would love the developer of the template to make a tutorial for creating character states. I think that would be crazy good. So yeah, let's not go into that rabbit hole for now, because that's a little bit out of my skill level. But that's very, very interesting. Really want to learn about that stuff. Okay, so anyways, we got a better leg animation. Then we're gonna try to get the other parts. For now, let's go back. Oh yeah, no, this has been very cool. This project has been rabbit hole after rabbit hole. So I wanna continue with the demo. With the demo portion. So let's see, what can we do right now? I think we should probably just continue with this area. So here we have a lock door. This lock door, I want to find a key for it. And this key is gonna be hidden in some kind of like man-made structure. So we can do that there. No, I haven't. Sorry, Sherry. I've been trying to fix the packaging issue, and it's been too stressful. I do wanna try today. Thank you for reminding me. I totally forgot about it. Been very busy with this whole situation. let's find a cool little building that we can hide the keys in there. To be super honest, I've been just really trying to get some progress in the project, cause you know, it's very important for my motivation on the project, and it's been a couple of days without progress, so I feel a little bit like stuck, a little bit stuck, so I wanna try to push it. A research lab. Let me find my cool building somewhere. There you go. So let's find a cool little building that we can actually use for this thing. I want a man-made structure, so we can actually hide some keys in there. I want something tiny, not too much, like not too crazy like these ones. Something smaller that we can just hide some stuff in there. Something like this is very cool. Something like that might work. But yeah, I will definitely try your demo. Yeah, you're totally right. That was my realization the other day. I was like, wait a second, I don't really need to package anything. I can keep on working on my project. I have a lot of things to do. There's no need to wait for a package. For a fix. Okay, I like this one. I like this one, maybe without the bunch of plants and stuff. So I think we're gonna get that one unmodified. And we have a door right here that we can actually access. So yeah, let's probably use this one. So I'm gonna push that one. I sent you a really good tutorial on working with data-driven gas pan animations. It's a full day of learning, but it will get you a better understanding of what is going on with the gas pan, how it does things. Oof, I appreciate it. Definitely gonna spend some time learning that stuff. I'll definitely wanna learn how to work with that thing. Alright, so let's place a little building here, and this building I wanted to make it like full of webs, because it's been taken over by the worms. So let's actually modify this thing. Alright, so here, one thing I've learned before doing anything, let's actually work on 0. Let's not add any rotation to this building. Yeah, let's keep it on 0. Rotation 0. Yeah, let's just keep it like that. Then I want to come here and push it off this data layer, turn that data layer off, and we're gonna modify this building. First of all, I want to get rid of all the plants. We're gonna unlock this group and we're gonna find all these plants. Unfortunately, they're not named. Okay, let's get rid of that. And see. Okay, let's get rid of that. Okay, that feels a little bit nicer. Perfect. Then we're gonna add a couple of let's see, go. Oh, I see how it goes. It goes actually this is the height of it. Small niche engines like Flutter Fire target mobile platforms and devs. It's just day and night. I never heard of that one. That's pretty cool. All right, so we have this building here. Actually, since the door is gonna be its own blueprint, we can actually rotate that. And the angle is here, 135, so that's also good. Everything's together. It's very difficult when you have like a prefab like this with different rotations, but everything's following the same thing. So that's pretty cool. We're gonna push it here. And here we're gonna find the key. So I want this door to actually open up. So let's see if I learn how to do that stuff. Let's go door. And we're gonna find the interact door. Ah, the scale is bad also. Oh yeah, we need to change the scale of this. You guys with your nanitech. No, it's Lumen. Yeah, yeah, we are little testing. We are little test rabbits on a lab. We are testing new technologies that are not that are super experimental, but people in the internet think that these technologies are ready for production, and they are if you have, like, you know, the engineers who created these technologies on your team, right? You definitely can use them for production, but definitely it's gonna take some time until these technologies actually get there. Also, they target like other platforms, other systems, so yeah, you cannot expect these things to run on like lower end systems, but very cool to be playing with these tools. Not so many. These are actually very optimized, very optimized. I cannot really show you because it's kind of hard to see right here, but it's pretty optimized. Very good modeling. This comes from Oleg Yushenok, very cool artist that I got these buildings from. So let's see if we can actually make this thing open. Before we actually do any of these, let's bring the scale of this building down a little bit. So what we're gonna do is basically let's lock this group, and then we're gonna make a new folder and call it I don't know, key house 1. Very bad description, but and let's see, is everything inside that house? Great. Next stuff, we're gonna do a little cube. This is a little strategy that I found. That's very cool. Never heard of that engine. Let's add a little cube right here. And this cube, it needs to have the same rotation, which is 135 on C. Rotation 0, 135 on C. Right? Then I'm gonna find this location. We're gonna hide that. We're gonna paste that location. And we're gonna drop the cube to the floor, which is actually already in the floor. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna call this key house 1 pivot point. We're gonna push this inside the folder named key house number 1. Then we're gonna Control H to unhide, select everything, and now we're gonna ungroup this stuff. Okay, it's inside a folder, be careful. We don't want to mess that up. Sweet. So now we're gonna select all descendants and deselect the pivot point and push everything as a child of the pivot point. Now we can move everything from this single pivot point, and then we can also scale down from this pivot point, which is very cool. So we are going to find the right proportion of this. White boxing, everybody calls it different. Yellow boxing, gray boxing, white boxing. What I'm trying to do here is to downscale this thing, because the proportions are not right. So we're gonna go and find Bellica, my character, and we're gonna drop it right here. The best way to test proportions is to, wow, this is huge. Wow. And we're gonna test the proportions here. So how big we want this building to be? We're gonna make it. Let me see if I can. There you go, pivot point. We're gonna make it until it fits this character. Wow, this is very big. This comes from a 3D Max. So I believe we can also find the scale from 3D Max and see if we can fit it there. I'm getting 0.35. Is it 0.33? No, too little. Let's just eyeball it. How big we want this to be? Does that feel right? Does feel a little better, a little smaller. Before we commit to this, because 0.4, we're gonna test it. See if it feels right or not. Unboxing. I don't really have other objects, and it does feel a little small. Yeah, just give me a second. Is this character the same size? We need to test this in a couple ways before we actually commit to the scale. We don't really need to, but yeah, I think we are the same. Okay, good. Yeah. Number one indicator of scale, it's gonna be ladders, windows, stairs, doors. Yeah, I believe this kind of feels right. I can reach the thing. I can, yeah, I think this scale does feel right. Collisions are not there yet. That hole is too small. Definitely won't be able to go through there. I think we could probably make it a little bit bigger, just to be sure, because my character is a little bit big. She's like 2 meters tall, so let's go 0.5 actually and see how this feels. Yeah, I do feel like 0.5 might be better. I think might be better. Also, she's not standing on the ground, so let's make sure that she's standing on the ground. Yeah, this feels better, I think. 0.5 sounds like a good measurement. Usually 3D programs have a good measurement, like an exact measurement. Sometimes it's 10 times bigger, sometimes it's 0.5. So yeah, that feels right. I think she's able to go through there if she really squishes, and she has a big armor, so makes sense. I think that's good. We can also, just to have another reference, we can just check super quickly. 3D Max to Unreal scale. 1 unit is 1 centimeter. Can we have a conversion? No. It also depends on what scale, what unit are you using in the program also, so it's okay. Yeah, I think this feels right. I'm trying not to commit to this scale, so I don't want to bake anything or do anything like that, but let's actually try to get the door going. So, oh, this is one mesh. This is one mesh. Okay, no problem, we can deal with that. So first of all, let me get this door. Let me see if I remember this stuff. Let me copy this door. Okay, we're gonna get some logic in there. Just make sure that the copy works. Okay, then we're gonna get some lighting, and we're gonna get it all filled with worm biomass and stuff. So it goes here. Okay, nice. So we can probably just modify the, yeah, the logic is there already. We could just probably modify these static meshes, and I do need the static mesh for this thing. So let me see if it's already there. I believe it's already there. Let me see if I can find it before doing anything with the modeling tools. Let's push it here. I believe we should have that. If not, we can get it. No problem. Let me unlock and see. Wow, these groups are a little bit heavy. Unlock. No, it's one piece. You know what? Let me just do it. No problem. Yeah, we can probably. It's gonna be simpler than actually going and looking for it. Hey, how's it going? I appreciate it. Right now, we are trying to hide a little key inside this building. So we're gonna separate this little piece right here. I'm gonna go Control B, and we're gonna go Control D to make a copy of it. And I wanna name it modified, so I can find it a little bit easier. So I'm gonna come here and look for my mod piece right there. I'm gonna drop it. Right. So first thing first, we're gonna get the scale, which is gonna be 0.5 before anything else. We're gonna get also the angle, which is 135, right? Then we're gonna do a little trick right here with the modeling tools, making sure that this is the copy, not the original. We're gonna go to modeling, attributes, generate polygroups, and we're gonna find connected trees right here. So what we need is just this piece. This can be static and this is gonna be movable. So we're gonna hit accept, then we're gonna go model, polyedit, and we're gonna find these pieces. So we're gonna basically delete everything that we don't need. Wow, that's a lot, because it's actually geometry, not a opacity texture, which is better for nanite. Also, it looks nicer. So we have the door. So this door we're gonna accept, and we have this little piece. Now we want to actually try to get the pivot point on the right place. So X form edit pivot. Let's go to left, right, back. That's good. That's a good pivot. Not really. Front, back. Okay, maybe there. Let's see if we can actually snap, holding control and snapping somewhere there. Cool. Then maybe we can also edit pivot and push it down, maybe somewhere there. Doesn't really matter if it's up or down. And then we want to see if we can actually get it in here. So using the old door, I'm going to try to match it up. So we can actually close the door. It should not be higher or lower. Okay, for some reason that was a little bit higher. And this metal is a little bit too shiny. We need to work on that specular or roughness. And here we're gonna, oh, it's 45, beautiful. He left it on 45 rotation. I love that. Okay, so that's very cool. Now, what we wanna do is, this is rotation 0. Let me think about this, because we need to get the right rotation. Okay, let me think about this stuff. We need to get the right rotation. $45. Alright, anyways, let's try to bake to this rotation, because this is 0. And we're gonna go to modeling tools, X-form, bake, transform. We can also bake the scale, so scale and rotation. So it goes to 0, 0. Nice. That's very cool. So next thing we're gonna do is try to get this thing on the right place. So we need to see where the pivot is for this door and see if we can match it up. Okay, it goes that way. I like it. I think we actually got it right. It goes that way. It's gonna open. Let me double make sure what's the orientation of that pivot. So it's on the bottom, red X to the left, green forward. I think we got it. So let's try to modify this actually. So here, I'm gonna actually name this just door, wire door, or I'm not sure how this is called. I do use some PCG for just scattering some stuff. I like hand placement a lot, but I do use PCG for like a couple little rocks and little things, like very like tertiary details. Not gonna use it for big things. So here, let's see if we can replace that. Control B. This is actually needs to be SM from static mesh. Let's see if we can actually place it here. Right there, pop. On the static mesh. Well, maybe I don't have that selected. Okay, so here we're just going to try to move this a little bit. Oh, I see the rotation is not totally straight. Okay. And this one, I'm just gonna clear that frame, and let's see if it opens first of all. Let's see if that door actually opens. Then we can like move it a little bit. Oh, nice. Okay. Yep. We have some some funky collisions there, no problem. But the thing is working, so now we can actually play a little bit with this. For the collisions, let's actually just remove collisions and be like collision at box simplified. That's not the box I wanted, but I guess we're just gonna try to get it. Just need a little rectangle, not anything else. If the player shoots through this, the bullets it's gonna stop the bullets right in the metal, but we might, let me think about this. We might add just a physical material so it's not gonna react to the empty spaces. And this has a little rotation as well that I would like to see if we can fix. That's good enough. For a collision. So what we're gonna do is gonna actually get it placed in here by going to, and we're going to do the same thing, and we're gonna call this mod again. I appreciate the follow. Here we're gonna drop it there. Let's try to work with the same rotation, 135, 0.5 on scale. And what we're gonna do here is the opposite. We just want the cage. So same steps, modeling. Two-piece collision model. You can make as many collisions as you want. You can add little boxes. There are many different options for collisions. You can also automatically create them, and you can also use complex as simple, which is gonna use the same topology as collision, which is not recommended because you wanna keep collisions as simple as possible. So from connected trees, we're gonna create these polygroups. Then we're gonna go model, poly edit, and we're gonna select face, and we're just gonna get rid of this mesh right here. Just gonna be careful not to leave any pieces floating in there. Sweet. That's the solid part. We're gonna accept. Not gonna change pivot or anything. Not gonna bake anything. And what we're gonna do is simply save this thing, and we're gonna replace it. If you really want bullets to go through the metal, for example, like if you shoot in an empty space, you will need to use complex collisions, I believe. So the bullet hit is only going to be actually processed here on the metal, but that's gonna be not sure how much of a performance boost you will get from that, but let's see what happens. Here I'm gonna get this piece, and I'm going to we can yeah, just look for it and then replace this one for the open one. There you go. So now we have no door in there, and we can probably get rid of this. Let's leave them there actually for now. And this one, the pivot is a little bit, oh, that's the whole door. Okay, this is the interactable door. Okay, so we're gonna do the same, 135 for rotation, and we're gonna try to place this door somewhere that makes sense. Now the question is, the scale is not right, or is it? Okay. So let's double check the scale. Inside here, do we have the same scale? Okay, it's 1. Blueprint is 1. Static mesh is 1. Everything seems to be 1. Okay. Because the scale seems different. I think that no, I think I'm just. No, I think we got it right. No, I believe it's the same thing. Yeah. We're cool. So now let's see if we can find a spot for this. It's gonna be a little bit eyeballing here because I don't really have a reference point to attach this to. The pivot point changed, so I don't really have too much to snap to. and we're gonna try to rotate this a little bit, which doesn't matter. It's some kind of like old door. It can keep that offset, that little rotation that it has. Doesn't need to be perfectly closed, but it does need to rotate nicely on the hinges. That's the part that I'm worrying about. Let's see how that reacts. If it looks nice enough. Then we're gonna get some lighting, gonna get some biomass for the creatures that actually took over this building, and we're gonna make it look kind of creepy. So let's go. Oops. The other way around. Should open somewhere here. Kind of like this. Something like that. Yeah, I don't really have a visual reference. It's kind of like the same from both sides, so I was like, oops. Let's see. Roop. Okay, it opens up, and the hinges are totally off. Not that off. So this is the deal. For this thing to open properly, we need to do a little thing. Instead of eyeballing, we need to actually we need to find this static mesh and copy its pivot point. That's the only way to actually get this right. We're gonna copy that pivot point into this thing. So you see the pivot point is right in the corner. I see what's going on there. So what we're gonna do is actually copy location, reset, paste location, and we will try to match that pivot point. There's two ways to do it. We can change the pivot point, or we could also, this is another trick I found, you can also just modify the mesh, move the mesh and keep the pivot point where it is. That's kind of like the other way around. Let's see if we can actually align this a little bit better. We might be able to get a better result here. I believe this needs to be up. Yeah, that's another. It doesn't always. It's not always the best solution, but since we are working on a angle of like without any rotation, I think this might be a good solution. Always when you're working with modeling tools and stuff, try to work on zero. If you're working on top of a rotation, it's just very tough. It's gonna give you always some weird results. All right, I think this might work. All right, now now we need to do some eyeballing here and see if we can get that to behave a little better. We can actually import the other model, the frame, into the blueprint and actually play with it. Yeah, I'm working alone. I do get help from a lot of people. In the chat and Discord and stuff. But yeah, this I'm working on this alone. Let me see. Let me try to understand what's happening. So this is pushing the door to that side. Yeah. So we need to understand what's happening with that thing. I believe probably. Let me see. What if we do this here? Because we could probably. Not sure if this is gonna work, but what if we add the frame to the blueprint? Maybe we can match that up. Not quite sure if this is gonna work actually. No. I know what we need to do. We need to change the pivot point to the center of the cylinder. It's not rotating from the center of the cylinder. That's why we're gonna get an offset when it's opened. It works for a square door that has hinges, but this one, it rotates inside this thing. So basically, this thing, it cannot be in the corner. It needs to be inside this thing. So there's hinges. No, the hinges are static. They don't move. The only part that moves is the door. It needs to be in the dead center. Yeah. So the smartest thing to do this, I used to work with rendering cars, and I used to rig cars for a publicity agency, and I needed to place the wheel right in the dead center. If not, the thing won't rotate properly, and it was crazy until I figured out some ways to do it. So let's do the same. Let's go Control B, Control D, drop this thing here. This is mod 1, mod 0. Copy all properties, paste all properties, push it 100 so I can remember. This is mod 0. Let's hide, push it back to where it was. Now we're gonna do a little trick, which is modeling. Model polyedit face, and we're gonna again delete everything but the little thing that hopefully is gonna give me the center. This little thing right here, if we actually go and do like polyedit, generate polygroups, find quads, and be like, get rid of those faces, just to be super ultra sure. Let's just close that gap with a bridge or something, and then now Unreal should find the center for me. Center pivot. Okay, wait. Let's accept all the changes, and then let's go center pivot. Interesting. It's still thinking that we have a full door. We don't have a full door anymore. Ah. We don't have a full door anymore. Let me save, reset, modeling, center pivot. Huh, doesn't wanna, it still thinks that we have a full door. Okay. No, I do want to make it interactable. It's always nice to have things interactable. This is very, very interesting. It should recognize this as its own mesh. Okay, that's kind of cool. So, okay, let me think about this. Maybe. No, it's not recognizing this. We can probably push the pivot to the center of this, but there must be a better way. Let me try the other way around. Don't really want to do this one because it's gonna generate a lot of pieces, but okay, let's do it. I think this is what I used to do. Yeah, we had separate pieces before, so yeah. Actually, this is how I used to do it. I used to separate the thing and then just work on that piece. No, I don't think it's bugged. I think it just keeps recognizing the other part of the mesh because we just deleted faces from it. So what we're gonna do is this. We're gonna again copy this location. You're gonna paste, and here. I don't usually like doing this, but if you go to modeling, Xform, split by static mesh, mesh topology, material ID, static mesh, yeah, just static mesh, like this, it's gonna generate a lot of pieces that we need to delete after. And they're gonna be, let me find them. They're gonna be here. You see this, all these pieces, and we can find them as wire door mod 1. Okay, no problem. So what we're gonna do now is actually just deselect this one, delete all the other ones, and then we can actually get the pivot point Xform edit pivot center right there. But it's not gonna give us the center because that's not the real center yet. So let's actually go to generate polygroups, find quads, and then we can probably go to delete these faces, and then we can actually Xform edit pivot center. There you go. That's the actual center. There you go. That's the center. So now what we're gonna do is go Control H, and then we're gonna copy these values into the new pivot point. So edit pivot, and we need to do it one by one because it doesn't let me to do copy transform like in other places. So we're gonna copy this, and I don't see the pivot point moving to the new location. Oh, I see. So yeah, select, edit pivot, select the other piece again, and copy these values. There you go. Now it's moving where it's supposed to go, and one more, which is -30. There you go. Now we are in the center. Save. Sweet. Let's look for this piece. Delete it, and find everything that is mod 1 inside my modeling folder, and let's get rid of that because we don't really need that in the project. Yeah, this is how we used to get the wheels to actually spin properly. Yep, get rid of those meshes. Beautiful, safe, gone, nice. So now we should be able to get a better spin on the door, better better rotation on the door. So here, what we're gonna do is simply come here and get the snapping off. Try to find the center. And let's see if this worked out. Hopefully now the door is gonna spin from that point. If it doesn't spin from that point, the logic of the door, it's spinning from somewhere else. Hey, it worked! Beautiful! Yay! That's what I love about when you learn something in your office job and you can apply it here. That's beautiful. Yay, it spins. Almost there. Good enough. Moves. It moves. Moves half a centimeter. Doesn't really matter. It's good enough. Approved. Great. So that's very cool. Now we have a little door that opens. Beautiful. So now we're gonna do some cool lighting for this. We don't need the character anymore. Let's go back into the darkness. All right. Now let's get some lighting going on in here. Yeah, it worked out. That's awesome. Let's see if we can actually get this thing into a let's see if we can actually get some lamps in here. We don't need to do it dark yet. We need to see a little bit, so let's go back. We need to actually create some blueprints for these lights. So what lights do we have? We have light 1, beautiful, 3 times. And then we have, I think, another light, which is this one. So we have 4 lights. Then maybe we can actually have something here, but the door opens by itself. So yep, let's just come here. And what we're gonna do with this light is gonna Control B to find it, Control D to duplicate it, and we're gonna call it mod. No, we're gonna call it SM post-apocalyptic light, building light, something like that. And we're gonna call it SM, okay? And that's descriptive enough. Okay, so from this light, this is a copy. Just double check asset action, select actors using this asset. It should not find any. No actors found, beautiful. That means that we have no actors in the scene using this asset. So now we can actually drop it. And then we're gonna go again 0.5 to make it the right scale, and then we're gonna actually just go model X-form edit pivot center, and the pivot we can actually push it up. With Control we can snap somewhere there like that. That was nice. Then we can actually bake. Let's bake rotation and scale, which is 135. Sweet. Again, X-form bake. Where is it? Bake transform, rotation and scale. Beautiful. Now we can work with something. Edit pivot 135. That's the pivot I want. Yep. Sweet. So now we have that going. And now we have a little thing. We have this working very nicely, but we want to add a little material to this thing. So we're gonna do this thing here, which is modeling tools, attributes, generate, edit materials. This is a little bit hard depending on the topology of your mesh. This is good topology, so hopefully it's not so hard. We have only one material. We want to add another material, and we want to call it, I don't know, emissive. It could be whatever. It's just a placeholder for now, but emissive one for now, just like that. So active polygroup. No, where's my active material? Active material, it's gonna be emissive, so we're gonna try to get those faces in there, so we can assign some emissive cool stuff here. Okay, let's try to select the triangles where they are the fattest. If you try to select them where in the points, in the like on the ends, it's very hard to select them. Awesome. Double check, no selection where it doesn't need to be. So now we go to assign material. Assign active material to selection. Boop. Accept. Beautiful. We have a light. Nice. That's very cool. Unfortunately, all these, this is not unfortunately, this is how things, this prefab works. All these assets, they share the same pivot point. So you can like drop them together and just assemble them very, very fast, which is very smart. That's how it's supposed to be. So we need to kind of like manually basically come here and place these lamps. There's I don't think there's a better way to do this. Are these different? Oh, we have different lengths. Oh, wow, all of these are different lamps. Hey, oh crap, these are different lamps. What are we gonna do with this? We're gonna do only the lamp part. Yeah, we can just work with the lamp part actually. So yeah, let's be a little smarter with this and go like, what's the part that we need to replace? Only this one. So let me think about it. Should we only replace this whole thing until the cable? Yeah, let's replace the whole thing until the cable. Or just the little ball. What's the best thing to do? Yeah, I guess. You know, yeah, actually. Okay, let's just get this part. Yeah, not so modular. It is modular, but that's why this asset pack is so beautiful, because he actually went in there and modified a little bit each thing. It's just such a good asset pack. Oh my god, this artist, I'm so impressed with Oleg Yushinok. Such amazing stuff he has in the Fab Store. Very cheap, for very cheap. So okay, so let's do this. This is not gonna be difficult to do if we just generate polygroups from connected trees, and then we can go yeah, we need to do it by polygroup. I think that might be the best. So let's get rid of that. Boop, and this. Boop, and now we only have this. Oop, and this is the thing that we're gonna replace. And here we're gonna go edit pivot top, and that's it. And then we're gonna replace that. One thing I wanna double check. One thing I really wanna double check, and this is gonna make the thing easier or harder. How many of these assets do we actually have? I believe we only have one. If we only have one, this is gonna make the whole thing super simple for me. So let's go asset actions, select actors using this asset. Come on, just one. I believe it's only one. The way he set this up, I think it's only one. Let's go. I believe we only have one. Yep, I believe we only have one. Okay, yeah, nice. So we can actually modify the original in this case. But to be honest, we don't want to do that just to keep things. No, let's follow best practices, which is actually going Control B, Control D, call it mod. Why is this name being used? Mod. I understand. Okay. Let's just give it another name, and then we replace that thing here, and then we can actually go modeling, attributes, generate polygroups, connected trees, accept, and then we can actually go model, poly edit, and be like very carefully 1, 2, 3, 4. That's part of the other mesh, I believe. Yeah, let's not touch that one. Awesome. And that's what we're gonna do. Then we need to kind of like manually place it there. Unfortunately, there's no. Oh, this is a copy, right? No, actually, there's a better way to do this. Since we have a copy of the original, let me close the door. Sorry. So let's be smarter and actually find the center of this thing, which is since we are only using this one, we can actually just go center, or even better, bottom. Now, if we find that location, we can go copy and paste up. Wait. This is inside a parent. That's another tricky part. We need to push this out to the main folder. Now we can actually copy location, paste location, and now we can adjust. Maybe snapping to surface might work. Let me test that. I'm not sure if it's gonna work here, but snap to surface. Not really. It's okay. And that's it. And that's how we get the lights. But not so fast. Are we gonna do this with an actual just emissive, or are we gonna do this with a blueprint? We should probably do a blueprint, because just emissive light is not gonna cut it. So what we're gonna do is, yep, just emissive light is not gonna cut it, and it's gonna cause artifacts. You should not be just lighting up your scene with emissive. So what we're gonna do is something different. We're gonna actually create a blueprint from this. Control B, right click, or is it here? Convert this actor into a reusable blueprint class, I think. Actor BP light, I think so, like that. Just actor blueprint, I believe, and then we can just add a spotlight. spotlight, and then we can actually just place it somewhere nice. 45. Probably not like that, but let's see what happens. Very important, the color of the light should be the same as the light bulb. Cool. That's very cool. Now we can actually adjust a little bit the spotlight. First of all, radius. We need to take it easy with the radius. Just as little as we need, just like that. The smaller the radius, the best. So we got the radius going. Then, yep. Volumetric scattering. Volumetric scattering. We should push it down a little bit, just for, I think it's gonna help performance. Yeah, that looks more natural. We can simplify this a little bit when it comes to ray tracing. Emissive light from materials just cause artifacts if you don't wash them with real light source. Yeah, just emissive definitely is gonna cause problems. You're totally right. Ray tracing. Affect ray tracing reflections. Affect ray tracing global illumination. Let's turn ray tracing off this thing, just to save a little bit on performance. And then we're gonna also do another trick, that is the I got it right here in these lamps. Just want to copy the settings. I really like these settings for performance on the light. So performance, max draw distance and max distance fade range, 15,000 to 10,000. So these lights are gonna appear when you are 15 meters away from them, and they're gonna start fading I still don't understand this right, but I got these settings here. Let me see. The idea is to turn them off when you are far away from them and have some kind of blending between the distances. So I think 15,000 and 10,000 is something that worked well for this. So when we go away from it, it should turn off. Is it actually turned off? Yeah, there you go. Turns off, turns on. And that's how I think you can optimize your lights a little bit. There's probably more stuff to do, but that's very cool. So we have one there, and we're gonna do the other ones just to add a little bit something more interesting to this little building. So let's turn on the lights a little bit. I mean the skylight. Let's make it more sunny. So let's see. Here we're gonna do the same thing. We're just gonna make a copy of it as a good practice, so we don't modify the original. Let's call this mod 4, so we can actually find it just by typing mod. And the same thing, modeling, Xform, attributes, generate polygroups, connect the trees. Very carefully, just select the ones you need. Sweet. Yeah, this asset is actually very, very well modeled. I'm very impressed with this asset pack. Very, very impressed. He definitely knows what he's doing. We do the same here. This is gonna be mod 5. Mod 5. Awesome. Then we're gonna go to modeling, generate polygroups from connected trees, model poly edit, get those faces off, these polygroups off. Boop. Nice. And then we have a 1, 2, no more lights. We have another light here that we need to do here. For now, let's just copy this. And yeah, to get this faster and easier, edit pivot bottom, edit pivot bottom. Did we got stuck? No. Okay. Sweet. Oops. Okay. So now we're gonna just copy this blueprint and we're gonna apply instance to blueprint. Apply instance changes to blueprint. So all my other lights are gonna use these settings before copying and moving. So we're gonna copy location, paste location. Again, remember this is parented. These two are parented. Let's push them out of the group. Right? Now we can actually copy, paste, go up like this. Again, one more. That's very cool. We have 3 lights. We need one more, and then we can get the biomass. For the worms that invaded this little house. So again, let's try this. Here, these 2 lights are too close to each other, so we can actually, this one doesn't really need to be so strong when it comes to attenuation radius or cone. Maybe we can probably attenuation radius, other cone, maybe we can close it a little bit so we get less intersection. Probably separate it more, it's the smartest thing. Just push it away. These 2 lights are a little bit too close. Yeah, it doesn't really make sense to have them so close. We should probably light the back a little bit more. Anyways, it has a cable here, which is easiest to move. I think this one is easier to move. Actually, does it have a cable as well? I see. Let's just respect the artist's decision there. And we can optimize the other light. Also, I don't want too much light behind it because there's not much in there. I want the player to focus on the front. And we need to actually push this thing down because the terrain is not even. Okay. Yeah, let's get this one going for now. So Control B. This is mod 2. Let's do the same thing. You see, we actually had that door separated. So again, let's go Control B, Control D, call it mod 6. Okay, that's good. And this mod 6, we're gonna actually put it here. (135) 0.5. Okay, and then we're gonna do the same thing. Modeling, attributes, generate polygroups, connect to trees, and we're gonna go into model, poly edit, get rid of everything but the light. We need to keep that pivot point there, and here we're gonna do the opposite. We're gonna get rid of everything. We're gonna get only rid of the light. So poly edit. Here we're gonna just select the light. Perfect. That's it. Nice. Now we're gonna go here. Boop. Now we're gonna copy this is baked. Okay, that's baked. So this is not baked. So let's go with location only. It's location 0 because it's inside a parent. So we need to unparent that one. So it gives me the actual location, the world location of this. Okay, it has the world location, but we are outside the folder. Let's keep things inside the folder. Key house 1. Okay, there you go. So now I believe if we only copy location, we should be able to paste it right there where it needs to be. And then this thing, we can also bake it. Let me think about it. Bake it. Yeah. Let's go to modeling, Xform, bake, transform, bake rotation, scale. We are good. Back to 0. Nice. I forgot the rotation. Oops. In that case, we don't want rotation. So we're gonna add this 135 to it. So it's gonna be 0. And now these two things are gonna snap into each other because oh, actually this is not baked. It doesn't matter. This is gonna be a blueprint, so I kinda wanna keep it on 0. Okay, anyways, we do the next thing, which is gonna be just edit materials. We're gonna select, okay, this selection is gonna be a little bit more tough. We have very tiny little triangles. No problem. Sweet, we got it. Now we're gonna add a little material. Where is it? Plus. Then we're gonna look for emissive 1 as our active material, and we're gonna assign material to assign active material to the selection. And now we have a light. Sweet. So that light. I believe we should probably change the pivot point on this one. Yeah, because if we want to reuse this somewhere else, I think it might make more sense. So Yeah, let's just do it. So edit pivot, center. I see. Okay. Okay. Well, one easy way to get that rotation. To get that rotation is just to create a quick little where is it? Create a little box, tiny little box, and that's gonna give me the rotation that we're looking for, because it's snapped to surface. The rotation is gonna be almost 30 on C, and then we're gonna go edit pivot, and get this rotation on almost 30. Not location, sorry, but the rotation on C. That's gonna align it nicely, and now we can actually try to find. Actually, we can use this thing as a way to find kind of like a sweet spot for the center. We got the rotation now. Let's just try to find a sweet spot for that. And then we're gonna go down until we kind of like get into here. It's not gonna be perfect, but at least we got the rotation right, which is the most important. That's gonna make it way easier to deal with. Cool, nice. A little cube, thank you for your service. And then we're gonna simply save and do the same thing. We're gonna come here and we're gonna convert this into a little blueprint, and it's gonna be named let me think about it. It's gonna be named something like this. Let's call it square light, something like that. Yeah. Just double checking if I'm spelling it right, because then finding stuff is gonna be tough. Spotlight, nice. $45. Another 45. Okay. Let's get that angle. A little bit nicer. Then we can adjust. Let's make it dark. Very cool. Now we can adjust the light. The light here. Again, color should be the same as the one that we are using here. Ray tracing off. for that one. On a performance, we're gonna go 15,000, 10,000. Okay, I think that's it. Up, volumetric scattering. We can push that down to 0.1. That's nicer. And also apply instance to change blueprint. How do you say that? Apply instance changes to blueprint, just so it's saved on the master. And if we place that again, it's gonna have those settings. All right, nice. That's looking very nice. Then we can probably do a level instance or something to like group all this together, but this is not gonna be used anywhere else, so that's cool. We could probably parent everything back to the little cube so we can move it together. That's another way. And we should probably parent it because I need to move it a little bit actually. Little tiny house. Okay, that's very cool. Sweet. All right, so what we're gonna do now is just try to parent this a little bit. Okay, I believe this one could go in there. Boop. And then we can probably hide all of that. And the other ones are blueprints, so we're gonna try to just move them to the folder, I guess. Move to key house 1, Control Shift H or Control H to unhide. Then we have everything together. Can you parent blueprints? I'm not sure. Let's try it. I'm not sure if you can do it. Oh yes, you can. And now we can actually just move everything together. Yay. Oh, not really. Oh, not really. Let's see. These ones. Are they actually in the folder? Okay, they're not parented, so let's double check. Gone, beautiful, and that's my version of level instances. Since I'm using data layers and world partition, data layers is like an organizing tool. Don't really. It gives a little bit of issues with data layers and spatially loaded stuff. So in this case, I wanna do it like this. For the pivot point, let's clear the box as well. So it's invisible and it's just a pivot, just a null, which is gonna be the root of this construction, this prefab. So nice. So I think that's very cool. Let's test the door, and we can do the how do you call it, the alien stuff, the biomass. Okay, let's see. This is so cool. And now we need to actually work on the on the collisions of this to make it interactable, so we can go in, find the key, and yeah. Nice. To work on the collisions, we could probably select. This is the problem with having everything parented in the same thing, but there's not much in there, so let's just right click, select all descendants, and we just want to get the blueprints deselected, which hopefully there are on top. Okay. Yes, they are on top. So door, light, 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 and light. Nice. So let's just select all descendants. Go to the top. Oh my god, this goes too fast. And then select PP, deselect PP, all the blueprints, the parent, go Control B. Right click, asset actions, open in property matrix, go to collision. Okay, we don't want the door. No, the door is not there. Yeah, let's just where is it? Complex as simple for now, just so we are actually able to interact with it. It's pretty low poly, but I definitely can be optimized way better, because we don't need complex collisions everywhere. That's not a bad, not very good. Now, if that worked, we should be able to move around. We should probably, I appreciate it. Now let's check the collisions and see if we can actually get some biomass, some alien stuff in there, because no, not yet. We have some collision there. Okay, it's better. I actually am able to go here, but it's not letting me go in this other part. Let me think about what happened in there. Let me see what happened here. So Alt C to see collisions. Takes a little bit. Okay, Alt C. Takes a little bit to load the collisions and see. Okay, okay, we have like perfect collisions here. So there's something else not letting me go through, and I believe it is the door. There you go. That makes a lot of sense. Can I actually click on that collision? Not in the blueprint, maybe on its own thing. There you go. This little thing, which I don't think should be causing the problem. Can I select this? It's okay. Just for a test, just to see if this is the problem or not, we're gonna go on just use complex for now. Let's actually see what's happening here. Ah, you know what? The character. Oh, I see a big collision issue. Oh, where is this coming from? I see the problem right there. Is this from the light? What? Where is this coming from? Cannot really select it. Okay, that's coming from. Where is this coming from? Square light. Is it actually coming from? Okay. It might come from here. Yes, it is. Okay, okay, good little box right there. Remove collision. We don't need a collision there. Cool. And I see. These lamps also. I see what's going on here. So this also doesn't need collision at all. Right there. Find. Right. Okay, that's cool. We found the problem. Nice. Now we should be able to go there. My character capsule is a little bit big, so I'm not sure if it's gonna allow me to go into such a small tiny little place. We're gonna try this here. Also, I wanna start the character with a weapon, just so we can actually see how it looks with a flashlight. So pistol. Modifications. Let's see if I remember a flashlight. Flashlight pistol. Flash. Maybe pistol. Or just none. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, no need to fill that in. That one in. Let's see if we actually start with a flashlight. Control Shift, no, Control T. Control T. Oh, wait. Oh yeah, I remember that. No, it's Alt T. There you go. Okay, let's see if it opens. Hey, it allows me to go in. Whoa, it's dark in here. Very dark. and the flashlight is very bright. It's kind of hard to see what's going on here. The metal is too shiny. We need to change that. It's too shiny. Okay. Well, that's very cool. Now we can actually go into the building. So. Let's clean it up a little bit. Maybe we don't need that much stuff in there. Yep, actually let's just clean it up. Oh, that's one asset. I see. It's okay. Let's just put the key there for now. Yeah. The key should be somewhere here. Okay, I lost my key. Let's find it. Oh, there you go. Now we can move the house to another place. Probably put it a little bit more there. That's funny. We need to change that. It needs to be some kind of like a card or something more sci-fi. Cool. Okay, let's test this out. And let's see. Oof, okay, I think it's time to go get some lunch. But yeah, we got the leg animation modified, which is awesome. Hinges are looking good. Okay. We can probably also get the flashlight, so we the scope, so we get that on the player start. So we actually start with the scope and the flashlight, and we can test this area a little bit. Here we need to have definitely some enemies, some lights. Definitely activating this door should also trigger some cool lights and stuff. That lock thing, I don't want that widget there. I like this entrance. And here we are not gonna have a jetpack yet, so I should not be testing the jetpack too much. Yeah, we're getting some very nasty frame drops. Lol, now. Yeah, I need to actually get that leg animation a little bit more. It's too static now. Well, it's okay, I know where to modify it. Oh, let me check. Is this centered? Oh, I think the doors are not centered. No, I don't think they're centered. Nope, they're not. So this is gonna be with the frame. I believe it's just getting this value copied here, I guess. There you go. Now they should be centered with the frame. There's another thing that we could probably center. I think it makes more sense to have this closer here and a little bit further away out here. It goes better with these shapes. Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be very... imagine like Silent Hill in the desert kind of thing. Yeah, it's gonna be like this. Here's where the game starts. You just came out of your escape pod and yeah, you gotta go check what happened here. So this is going to be an alien planet, but there has been humans before here. Actually, humans messed this place up. They brought machines to do some mining, you know, your typical story, and then they lost control over these machines. The machines took over the place, but it's kind of like the story goes like you come here in search of some of these humans, and you find out about the natives of this. Yeah, Avatar basically. Yeah. Yeah, you came here to kind of like the mission was to come here actually to save some of these humans who remain from this thing. And then you start learning about the planet. You start learning about the actual natives, the native species to this planet, and yeah, something like that. But yeah, we got some progress today. Pretty happy. Hey Shrill, how's it going? We are in the process. Of getting that fixed. I tried fixing the packaging issues for like 2 days, and I'm just gonna keep working on the project because there's a lot of stuff that I can still do. The native species, it's it's some kind of like a mantis-like creature, humanoid creature. Not sure if that's gonna be the model I wanna use yet, but yeah, which is kind of funny because like the planet looks like like a desert, but it used to be a lush planet. It used to be a jungle before the machines arrived and they messed the whole thing up into a desert. So the native species is I would like it to be something that you know, lives in the forest, in the jungle. And then you come and talk to it, and it's like, oh, that's kind of very strange that the native species actually doesn't belong to the desert directly. And then you learn about what happened and stuff. So something like that. Still in progress. I'll check it out. And actually, yeah, the whole thing with the turtle and stuff. I need to think what the species is, and I need to think about how to like each of like all the characters relate to each other. But yeah, it's kind of like falling in place. Yeah, it's falling in place little by little. Very happy about it. So yeah, gonna take a little break, have some food, and hopefully continue in a little bit, maybe like an hour or so. So we have this area, and I'm gonna add some biomass to it, get some enemies in here, and then we can probably push to the industrial area and see if we can do the bridge. I want to work a little bit on the fish and on the fish enemy. The fish enemy is gonna be a kind of like it's one of those enemies that you cannot really fight directly. You kind of need to avoid it. Nice, that's very cool. So yeah, I'm happy to get back into the project. I hopefully will get a fix soon from the developer. So I pinpointed that the problem was not the template, it was the map. Not my map, but in general the template is not loading new maps. So I pinpointed that issue, and hopefully we'll get it fixed soon. So there's a lot I can do for now. I wanna push it so I get a better idea of what the demo is going to be like, and then I wanna go back and start polishing. So right now I wanna keep pushing this. So actually the biomass stuff we can leave it for later. That's just decoration. We don't need that right now. Wanna get all the kind of like logic out of the way, then we can go back and get the death animation and the simulation, the physics simulation. So get all the thing to look cool and be nice. So next thing, I think it should be activating this some kind of bridge here, but I need to see what yeah, you can actually go around here. Maybe I will add some rocks so you cannot go around, you need to go through the bridge and then you go that way. And in the water I want to have some cool cool fish that you need to avoid. So yeah, let's leave the camera here and let's keep on pushing until we get to the end of the demo. Then we can go back and keep getting the cool little details. So basically, I got the template to package the latest version that the developer sent me. It's packaging, everything's working super nicely. It's playing actually from standalone. It just takes like a minute, maybe 2 minutes to load for some reason, but it does play. The issue is that when you add a new map, basically it goes black. So that's the problem. So I can play and I go to, there's also 2 overview maps in the menu for some reason. That's also kind of strange. So I go to new world. It's just an empty level, empty landscape with just a directional light. You go into there and it just goes into blackness right there. You can open the tab menu but not the escape menu. So there's something wrong here going on. The fact that I cannot open the escape menu, it's something strange. And this is the latest unmodified version of the template. I didn't do any changes to it. So it's we have an issue with that. But yeah, hopefully we will get a solution for it. I'm gonna focus on keep pushing my vertical slice, and then we can just move my map and my changes to the latest. And when after getting that working, I'm not gonna not gonna update anymore. That's it. I'm done with updates. So yeah, that's it. But yeah, I will go have some food and take a little break and see if we can continue. I have no clue. Yeah, I have no clue, to be honest, what's happening. He did change some map logic, and I think the problem comes from there. In the latest updates, he did change the map thing, the whole mini map, and I think in general, like, I think he changed some stuff related to the maps. So I think the problem comes from there. But anyways, good thing that I can keep on working. It doesn't really stop me from working on my project. So that's the biggest thing. And I also don't want to stress about it, because yeah, I tried everything for 2 days, and that's good. So yeah. So I appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you a little bit later. Take care.